Hello everyone, how are you today? So this lecture we are going to discuss the fifth part of saponin, and today we will cover mainly the two species, that is Centella and Dioscorea species. Now coming to the learning outcomes, at the end of this lecture you will be able to outline botanical name, family name, chemical constituents, medicinal uses and side effects of Centella and Dioscorea species. First we will start with Centella, which is also known as gotu-kola in China, and it is mainly the aerial parts of Centella asiatica. So the botanical name is Centella asiatica, belong to the family Apiaceae or Umbelliferae. It grows mainly in tropical swampy areas and wetlands in Asia, and it is highly abundant in countries like India, Pakistan and Africa. Talking about the chemical constituents of Centella, they contain mainly triterpenoidal saponins and two saponins mainly. The first one is known as aceticoside, which is also known as centelloside, and it contains the glycan, which is known as acetic acid. The second one is medicasoside, containing the glycan, medicacic acid. Look at the structure. If you look at the structure, they mainly differ in R1 and R2. In acetic acid, R1 is both R1 and R2 contain only hydrogen atoms, whereas in case of medicacic acid, the R1 contains hydroxyl group. And when they convert acetic acid convert into the glycoside, that is aceticoside, it contains 3 sugars. This is 2 glucose and 1 ribose at R2 position, whereas in case of medicasoside, okay, which is formed after glycosylation of medicacic acid, here also, just like aceticoside, 3 sugars, the 3 same sugars, 2 glucose and ribose, are attached to R2 as a O-glycoside. So you can see both aceticoside and medicasoside are O-glycosides in nature. They also contain a small amount of volatile oil, chiefly that is alpha hemulin, which is found to be responsible for the antibacterial activity of this species. In addition, Centella species also contain flavonoids like quercetin, which is highly antioxidant in nature, and phytosterols are also found to be present. Coming to uses of Centella, it is mainly used for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis and to lower the back pain. It is also used as dermatological agent for wound healing and cosmetic preparations, and all of them either in a glycan or glycoside form, that is acetic and medicacic acid, aceticoside and medicasoside. All of them can stimulate and regulate the production of collagen, which is very essential for wound healing. Further, they can also facilitate the regeneration of axons of the nerves that border the wound. And the aqueous extract with the infusion of leaves can increase the cognitive abilities, learning, memory, while alleviating the anxiety. It is also found to protect stomach wall in the patient suffering from ulcer by increasing the secretion of mucus in the stomach. And last but not least, they are also found to be useful as peripheral vasodilator. Now, this is the structure of aceticoside, which is also known as centelloside, having the trisaccharide, okay, as a glycan, and the glycan part is which is triterpenoidal in nature, and it is known as acetic acid. And this is one of the marketed preparation of gotu-kola, which is used as a nerve tonic to support the mental disorders. Now we move on to the next species, that is Dioscorea species. This genus Dioscorea contains more than 600 species and belong to the same family, that is Dioscoreaceae. Among 600, only 6 species are found to be most important medicinally, and they are Dioscorea alata, Dioscorea pentaica, Dioscorea parviflora, Dioscorea villosa, Dioscorea coleti, and Dioscorea spongiosa, and Dioscorea pseudojaponica. And Dioscorea species are creeping and climbing vines, typically herbaceous in nature, and may reach up to 5 meters in height if they are given support from trees or shrubs. The part of the plant mainly used are the tubers, which are also known as yam. You can see the picture of yam. Okay. And tuber generally reach maturity in 3 to 5 years time. Yam contributes it is important to note that this yam contributes the basis of food for millions of people, mainly in Asia, Africa and tropical America. And among all the species, it is the Dioscorea alata which is found to be most delicious and majorly cultivated species with wide geographical distribution. Now, talking about chemical constituents, more than 50 steroidal saponins have been discovered from 13 Dioscorea species, and on an average the yam found to yield more than 2% of saponins and sapogenins. Sapogenins means the aglycon part of saponins. The structures of aglycons here mainly belong to 3 skeleton types. Okay, first one is pregnant type, or which is nothing but a tetracyclic ABCD ring system. If you look at this, it's a tetracyclic ABCD ring system. One of the example given here is spongy pregnelocyte A, and here the glycoside part contains a disaccharide, that is rhamnose and glucose. Second one is furosten type, which is nothing but pentacyclic ABCDE ring system with the 6th open F ring. If you remember, during the first class of saponin we studied that diosgenin, one of the examples is steroidal saponin containing E and F ring, having a spirochetal E and F ring. Here the F ring is found to be open instead of in the ring form. And one of the example is protodiosine containing the sugar at R1 position, that is rhamnose, glucose and rhamnose, which is a trisaccharide, whereas the R2 contain the hydrogen. The third one, which is most important and hugely available and used for pharmacological purpose, that is the spirosten or hexacyclic ABCDE ring system. The most important example is diosgenin. Diosgenin is the name of the aglycon part. When it is attached with sugar like trisaccharide, rhamnose, glucose and rhamnose sugar, it is known as diosine. So all spirosten saponins are generally derivatives of diosgenin. Remember this. So diosgenin is the major aglycon of this class, from which different saponins, that is the glycosides, were derived. So coming to medicinal uses, diosgenin is used as starting material in the synthesis of many steroids like cortisone, pregnenolone, progesterone, which are available in the market as either anti-inflammatory agent, androgenic, estrogenic and contraceptive drugs. And this class of compounds or saponins are reported to possess cytotoxic, anti-tumor, antifungal, immunoregulatory, hypoglycemic, as well as cardiovascular properties. In traditional medicine, Chinese medicine, it has been observed that this Dioscorea species are used for many different purposes. For example, as anti-cancer agent, mainly the Dioscorea coleti has been used for the treatment of various types of cancer. Similarly, the Dioscorea pentaica has been used for the treatment of as a cardioprotective agent, as a cerebrovascular agent, and also as a gastroprotective agent, especially for the treatment of gastric ulcer. It has also been used and are being used for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis, and the main species which are being explored, that is Dioscorea nipponica. These are various references from which the lecture has been prepared. With this I finish my lecture. Thank you very much for your attention.